5 years ago, I started collecting video games pretty seriously, and through shopping at pawn shops, thrift stores, and yard sales, I was able to buy and flip and resell my way to what is now a pretty impressive 2,000 game collection. But because of work, I'm gonna be spending half of my week away from the game room, and so I thought it was another chance to, with $25, start the whole thing over again. I'm gonna walk you through the whole process from start to finish, and we're gonna build up what is hopefully gonna be a pretty decent secondary game room here out of town. And the first thing I needed was some shelves. This is the most ridiculous. What did I do? What did I buy? You're supposed to be able to see the dartboard in the camera shot, and it's so ridiculous. These are supposed to light up. These might be one of the coolest parts of this set of shelves, but with only $25, we have to tread very carefully what we invest in for our first couple of purchases. If we buy things that won't resell, or if we get stuck with an item for too long, it's really gonna slow our process here at the beginning. We spend everything at the very first stop. Hurry up. Yeah, just that stuff, please.
This stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that comes to $24.09.
24, okay.
$24.10.
Great. But we got a good variety of things at this first thrift store with our first $25. First up were these PS4 controllers. We found 3 of them. They are ultra grimy and ultra grungy, but this is absolutely a potential really good score. I have the ability to test these back at the original game room and get them all cleaned up, but they are a little bit of a risk because if none of them work and they're broken and were donated because they don't work anymore, we're gonna be short a little bit of funds on this one. Next up was this box of Lego, which is absolutely a good flip. It's always gonna be easy to resell, and this was about £1.50 of Lego in total. And the oddball for this pickup is absolutely this Star Wars shirt. I knew nothing about this brand of Star Wars shirts, but it seemed like it could be a really interesting pickup. And the eBay sales weren't bad on these, so I'm willing to spend a little bit on a t-shirt and have it sit knowing that hopefully the Lego and the PlayStation controllers will flip quickly. And they did. We got $30 for the Lego within 24 hours, which brings Game Room 2 Fund back up to $30.90. So a really easy, safe, secure first flip for the Game Room. We also sold the PlayStation 4 controllers so quickly, I didn't even get a chance to put them on the shelves. Unfortunately, one of them didn't work, but the other 2 did sell for $60 a piece, bringing our Game Fund all the way up to $90.90 on day 1. Hey, how are ya?
Good, how are you?
I'm not bad, thanks. Sweet, some Guitar Hero gear. Awesome, and it does have the dongle on there. Awesome.
Yeah, it does.
Right
You
on.
want the CD window scratch?
Yeah, I'll take it anyway. I might be able to use the case. That's cool. Right on. You said 20, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. 20.
All right.
Right on. Thanks so
Yeah.
much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good one. This Facebook Marketplace listing had a Guitar Hero Live guitar dongle and what was described as a broken, non-working game listed for $20. Okay, decent pickup for $20. Typically, I wouldn't really take a gamble on these Guitar Hero guitars, but the guy said that he wanted to sell everything for $20 because the disc was scratched, and this is the real moneymaker right here. Even if the guitar doesn't work, we're up $80 on eBay right here just on the dongle alone, which is required for the guitar to play. Now, I should mention that I do have the ability to test all this stuff back at the original game room, so if you were just starting on your own, buying something like this might be a little tricky, but there's nothing wrong with even just reselling the dongle. In this case, the dongle alone is worth $80. That is probably the most important part. What you do need to know about these Guitar Hero Live guitars is that the guitars are universal, but the dongles are console specific. So if you found one of these guitars without a dongle, it can work on any console from, I think, Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox One, and PS4. There may be some others, put it down in the comments if I've missed one, but these dongles are the things that you need to make them run. They will not work without them, and they are console specific. I really wanted to get some games on the shelf, and I found what ended up being a pretty interesting pickup.
How's it going? Awesome. Yeah, not bad. Sweet. Those are awesome. I've been looking for those for a while now. 35, yeah? Yes, sir.
These Xbox demo discs are something that are kind of a really interesting oddity. They were released in Xbox Magazine from, I think, the original Xbox right up to the Xbox 360 when they discontinued them. I used to work at a coffee shop where we had these, and I really wish that I had taken them out and saved them back then, but I wasn't collecting video games back then. 13 Xbox and Xbox 360 demo discs puts Game Room 2 Fund down to this, but it is a cool way to round out our shelves, and we have a lot of doubles here, so we're going to be picking and choosing the best condition discs, and then any of the doubles that are in worse condition are going to go right back up for sale and net us a little more cash for Game Room 2.
Didn't want to walk up to some random person's car and start asking about video games. Awesome.
The same.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
With $35.90 left in the game fund, we're not done spending. I found this sealed copy of The Saboteur on Facebook Marketplace for $5. Not only is this a really decent game on the Xbox 360, it is a sealed copy, which is pretty nice. It means that I know it's going to be complete in box with the manual and the CD in perfect condition. But it is also a decently priced game. It goes for a reasonable amount on eBay. This one's probably going to be staying in the Game Room 2 collection for a little while, at least for now. And yeah, you know, if you're starting a game collection, the Xbox 360, the Nintendo Wii, and a lot of the times the PS2 are going to be the types of consoles that you're going to find games for the most. And you know, it's worth buying games for those consoles. Those are still really great games too. Another really great trip to the thrift store netted me some awesome stuff with what was left of our funds for Game Room 2. It's pretty rare that I find cartridge-based stuff anymore at the thrift store, and you know, when I do find that kind of stuff, I'm always interested no matter what quality the games are. Now these in the jewel case today weren't heavy hitters by any stretch, but I am missing NHL 94 in the main Game Room, so I'm definitely going to be considering that sort of thing when I'm buying stuff here at Game Room 2, because at some point, a lot of this stuff will make it back to the main Game Room. I was happy for $6.99 to grab up a copy of NHL 94 for the Game Room collection. I found what was another unique kind of oddity, which was this paperback copy of Turok, Adventure Number 2, Seeds of Evil. These sort of things don't tend to come around that often, and you know, a paperback book story that's based on an N64 game, which is absolutely my favorite console, yeah, we're gonna be adding that for sure to Game Room 2. And these Wii wheels, I find these everywhere, and they're always in ultra disgusting shape. These ones look like they had a little bit of Kool-Aid or blood on them, maybe racing a little too hard, I'm not sure, but they cleaned up just fine, and for $3.99 a piece, I should be able to get about 20 bucks, so an easy flip for sure for Game Room 2. Now everything at that shop costs us $16.95, putting Game Room 2 Fund down to this, but I still have a little bit of cash left to spend, and I'm looking for more items that we can flip quickly that are gonna boost some cash back into this game collection. When it comes to flipping for a Game Room collection, I think one of the most important things that I learned back when I started was you're not always gonna find video games, and people aren't wrong about that. You can't find video games anymore. It's true. It is a lot harder to find them, and you have to dig a lot more. One of the things that I've learned is that you're gonna waste a huge part of your day if all you do is look for video games. I've gone out on complete mornings for 4 hours of yard sales and come up completely empty-handed and done nothing but waste gas in my car and my own time. What you learn very quickly is a lot of things you're gonna find that will flip very quickly for good cash that you can spend on video games aren't video games, and I'm not above flipping those. That's how I felt when I found these two sleds. Even though they're $5.99 a piece and it puts our game fund down to this, you know, I'm gonna take a risk on these because they should sell quickly. They cleaned up really nicely, and we should be able to net a decent little profit to help Game Room 2 grow on the next episode. Here's where things stand at the end of day 1 for Game Room 2, and you know, a lot of really awesome items picked up, some that are absolutely going to be leaving and flipped for more cash for Game Room 2 in the future, and others that are going to stick around and fill our shelves, and hopefully we'll have a lot more to come in future episodes. Thanks so much for sticking around. All your support means a lot. Likes, subscribes, comments, all that good stuff. It goes a long way into helping my channel grow. I appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next one.